Hello everyone and welcome back to another Sunday Sunshine Show. If you're new here, I'm Maria, my channel's Maria Crocker and I'm part of the Transatlantic Housewives of YouTube. There's 4 of us, there's myself, there's Tina from Tina's Talk Time, Karen the Geordie Grandma and Marie, Busy Bee Marie. We're 4 housewives that bring you the Sunday Sunshine Show live, well it's not live, but every Sunday morning at 7:30. And every week we have a different topic. For March, our topic is spring. So this week I'm going to do a wreath, a door wreath. I've never had, I've had Christmas door wreaths obviously, but I've never had a spring wreath on my front door. And I thought it's something I'd like to have, so I thought I'd have a go at making one. So I've never done this before, so let's see how it turns out. So I've been into the range and I picked up, I was just looking for like one of these twig wreaths. I thought I could put some foliage on there. And they didn't have any plain ones, but they had this one, which has got like gypsophilia around it. And I thought, well, actually, that's going to save me probably money in getting sort of a lot of foliage to cover it. So I thought, well, I can use that as a base. So I picked up that in the range. And then I picked up these 2 little bunches of lavender. I think I may only need 1, I'm not sure. But I thought they were pretty and I thought I could pop those round. And I already had this twig, well, say twig, it's a stem of, what do they call it? I can't remember the name of it now. What's the name of it? You'll know what I mean. I can't think what it's called. Eucalyptus, isn't it? That's it. I already had this left over, twig of eucalyptus. So I thought that might come in handy to sort of fill some gaps. So let's start building, shall we? And see how it looks. So I've got some wire. My husband tells me this wire, this is just normal garden wire, it's probably a bit thick. You can get like florist wire, which I think is a lot thinner, which probably would be better. But that's all I have at the moment, so I'm going to see how that goes. And I've got a good pair of scissors. So yeah, let's start building. So if I undo the lavender first, I thought these bunches of lavender were lovely. And I think the thing is, with a wreath, you can change it every season, can't you? Oh, if I can get into it and do it. You know, sort of, you could put sort of Easter things on, the Easter eggs and bunnies and things, can't you? You can use it for autumn, you know, put some different foliage on there for autumn. All right, and let's have a look. I'll only undo the first bunch of lavender. And what I was thinking of doing with the eucalyptus was to cut the individual stems off. So, of course, they're wire, aren't they? And you probably need some garden snips, wire snips, unless we can, yeah, we can snap it, that's good. We start it off and we can bend it. Cut that one a bit more. And then cut the top ones off. It's a glorious day today. Today's Wednesday. I'm not at work today, I took a day's holiday and we went into town, had to nip into town. So we went into town, my husband and I, my older daughter, for breakfast, which is very nice. And then we called back at the range. Got some lovely garden furniture in the range. I must admit, if you're looking for garden furniture for summer, has some lovely garden furniture in there. Actually, by cutting these off, it's going to give me quite a lot. Actually, I was wondering whether one was going to be enough. You could go to Hobbycraft, couldn't you? And I think Home Bargains, I think you can get the rings on their own. So you don't have to pay, I think this one's quite expensive, it's £12, because I suppose it's already dressed, isn't it? I don't know how much the normal wreaths would be. But I should imagine you get one for like £3 or £4, I would have thought. But I thought it was quite pretty with the gypsophilia on here. Okay, so let's have a look at my stems. So I cut some wire off as well, but I might be better cutting some little strips of wire to make it easier to tie it round. So I just do a few little ties. I don't know if you watched last week's video. We did some planters and I bought some from Home Bargains as well, and we put chicken pellets around them because we've had an issue with the squirrels. The pansies were in there previously. When we moved in, we put some pansies around the little conifers out there, and every morning we find them on the road. Oh, lost the end. Okay, we'll see how we get on with that now. Let's start placing it on there. But yeah, it seems to have worked. Haven't seen any pulled out, so yeah, hopefully we've sorted that issue out. So how are we going to do this? I wonder if I do one of each and place it round. What's that going to have a look like? Let's just lay them on there for now to see how they're going to look, shall we? So I'm doing them in the direction that the wreath is running in, and I want them to stand out a little bit further. I think that would be more attractive. So before I start wiring them on, let's take a look and see how this is going to look. I think it's looking quite pretty. Let's put that one in there, under there. Yeah. I mean, I suppose I could. Can you see? It's starting to look quite nice, isn't it? Just by adding that little bit extra, having the edges come out a bit further, is making it look far more expensive, isn't it? And gives it a more woodlandy feel. Yeah, so I could even put some more lavender in, couldn't I? So let's add a couple more lavender bits in. Once I've got some. Makes sense to use them. Sorry, excuse my husband in the background, sighing away there. Let's put one there. And we've got these two left over, haven't we? But I don't think we need those. We'll put those over there. How are we looking now? Obviously, when I wire them in, I'll make sure they're all roughly the same length. I think that looks rather pretty. So let me wire those in. So let's just get some wires. I say you're probably better to get the thinner florist wire. So I just need to work out where they're going and wire them in so they don't fall out. I think what I'll do is I'll wire them together first. I think that might be a plan. Or I wire them together like that, like so. As well as looking nice on the front door outside, wreaths can look very attractive inside, can't they? A lot of people put them on internal doors or in the kitchen. So I just need to be able to attach this. I slide that down and I'm just going to put the wire around the wreath itself just to make sure it's nice and secure. I'm getting lots of bits of gypsophilia come off this wreath onto the table. Yeah, so that's going to hold that nice and secure. Okay, so let's move on round. pull the next one off. And I will put that other little leaf in there. Put the wire around it. Just twist that round to hold it. Make it nice and tight. And then let's put this one on in here. Do you decorate for Easter or spring? Oh, where's that piece of wire? There we go. It's hard to see because it's all the same colours. Twist that nice and tight. Then you can just clip the extra wire off after. Stops them blowing off in the wind. I know at Christmas time we had a lovely wreath for the front door, but we had one of these, what do you call them, like command hooks. We stuck that in the glass, but it kept coming off. I don't know if the wreath was too heavy for it, so I need to find something else to attach it to the door, the front door. If not, I may have to pop it inside somewhere. Let's see. So having this gypsy feeler on here, I suppose is a good thing because it, you know, you can pop it underneath, it's hiding it. You would have to get quite a lot of foliage to cover the wreath, unless you know, some people just put it on one side, which is quite effective, doesn't it? But when I saw this, because I couldn't get a plain one, I thought that would be fine. So where have we got to? That's nicely wired on. This one needs wiring on, doesn't it? Let's put that other piece in. I don't waste it. So I'm just twisting the wire around just to hold it nice and tight. And then working out where it needs to go. Hope you can see this okay. I will hold it up when it's finished. Right, how are we doing? That one's wired on. Right, there we go. I think that looks quite attractive, doesn't it? Yeah, I think that's quite nice. And you can make sure they're all nice and secure. And you could stick some other bits and pieces on here, couldn't you? You could add a nice ribbon, decorative ribbon, hang from the bottom or from the top. Or you could even put an insert, you know, you could add a little Easter chick or Easter bunny in the middle, have it dangling, whichever. But I quite like it simple like that. I think that looks quite pleasant. Just seeing the little pops of lavender around the edges, and just makes it look quite classy, doesn't it? Yeah, so when I can find a fixing for my front door, I will pop it on the front door and I'll insert a picture of what it looks like on the front door. Yeah, so that's my Easter wreath, or spring wreath as it is. It's not really an Easter one, it's a spring one at the moment. So you could add some Easter chicks, Easter eggs to that. And that would look quite nice. What do you think? Let me hold it against the door, you'll probably get a better look at it. Yeah, so I need to get, as I say, a hook or something for the door to hold Wreath on, but I'm just holding it up to show you what it looks like. I think it looks very nice. And I'll hold it against the white door. Hopefully you can see. Yeah, so hopefully you might see the effect a bit better on the top of this white door. As I say, you would need some, you could either have some ribbon hanging at the bottom, or you could tie a bow on the top, couldn't you? But I thought that's quite pretty, doesn't it? Let's have a look on the front door. Yes, I hope you enjoyed that little video, and as I say, you can dress it up, you could add some ribbon to it and make it look different again, but I quite like it just plain and simple. I just like that pop of lilac here and there sticking out, gives it a nice edge of colour. So yeah, take a look at the other ladies' channels, they're all doing something different. So you've got Marie, Busy Bee Marie, Tina from Tina's Talk Time, and Karen and Georgie Grandma. I'll link their channels in the description box for you down below. So please take a look at their channels, and if you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing, and you'll get notified if you hit the bell every time we upload a video. So thank you, bye everyone. I just thought I'd share with you this woodpecker we saw on the tree this morning. We were watching them for ages. Apparently they pecked the tree to get the bugs out to eat. And then down below, we have two squirrels. One on the floor, eating the seeds. The squirrel up above is knocking out the bird feeder. I don't know, you should see him in a minute. He's hanging upside down on the branch of the tree, knocking the seeds out, and the squirrel on the floor was eating them. But yeah, how lovely is that to see this woodpecker? He's pecking away at that tree for ages. It's so lovely since we moved in here, watching all the wildlife out in the garden. It's really lovely. And very often, as you know, we see the deer. That's when we saw the other day in the back garden. We normally see them most days out here. Sometimes it can be 6. And we've also got a fox that we feed. He's got a bad leg. He comes around every night for his dinner. Yes, I just thought I'd share that with you.